Wrong ones part ways, right ones find their way. Welcome to Improve Better Daily. The article I am sharing with you today has this omen. Men and women, don't linger on the unworthy. It is said that women are emotional creatures. Once invested in a certain relationship, they will be like moths to a flame, irreversible, living towards death. But women, you must be rational. Love, this thing, although you can't see the wind, can't see the blade, but it can kill without shedding blood. It can protect you, guard your well-being for a lifetime, but it can also lead you to an invisible death. So, women, you can love, but be sure not to harm yourself. In the world of love, you must be clear-eyed, and learn to cut your losses in time. Marriage is more like a newborn baby. It needs the joint care and nurturing of both husband and wife in marriage. Everyone knows, the growth of a baby depends on the parents, and marriage is the same. Husband and wife are like the parents of this marriage. Love and dedication are the nutrients for the growth of marriage. A marriage without dedication, naturally, the nutrition will fall behind, and it will eventually perish. This is similar to a marriage in crisis. Once thought he could change the marriage, but in the end, he ended up in a marriage that never grew up, being deeply wounded. Linger, her love with her husband Chen Chang began in a nightclub. The night she just met Chen Chang was also the day he had just ended his previous relationship. That day, his mood was like rain falling from the sky, plunging into the abyss. Choosing alcohol to numb the pain of Linger's love loss, he went to the bar alone. And there he met Chen Chang. Chen Chang, elegant and charming, was a nightclub veteran. He smoothly struck up a conversation with Linger. Chen Chang, witty and humorous in speech, brought a long-lost smile to Linger. After a pleasant conversation, they exchanged social media account before parting. After a night of drinking, when Linger woke up the next day and opened his eyes, he received a message from Chen Chang. As expected, Chen Chang started inviting Linger out. And Linger, who treated it as a game, did not refuse Chen Chang's invitation. So, after several dates, the relationship between the two became ambiguous. In the end, both of them, who initially approached the relationship with a playful attitude, started a relationship with the purpose of playing. Actually, although many love stories don't end up as expected, using play as revenge in love is also a rather unwise choice. After all, in the end, it hurts not only oneself but also others. At the beginning of their relationship, Linger and Chen Chang were different from most couples. Because they both approached it with a playful attitude, they became each other's pastime. They would only think of each other when one had a need, and Linger originally thought that maintaining this state for a while would lead to the end of their love. But to Linger's surprise, in Linger's mind, the figure of Chen Chang began to appear continuously. She, who used to contact him only when feeling lonely, now thought of him first when facing problems. And when Linger was in trouble, Chen Chang always came to her aid promptly. Gradually, the relationship between the two, from the initial chance encounter in love, to the later affectionate intimacy, Linger also changed from her initial playful mindset to a serious one. Love is always about who takes it seriously first, and one party's seriousness does not necessarily mean the love will bear fruit. The mutual seriousness of both parties signifies the spark of marriage in the love of the two in a relationship. After Linger and Chen Chang started taking this relationship seriously, they quickly walked down the aisle of marriage. After marriage, Linger became more restrained. He was no longer so fond of playing. He started taking care of the family, gradually giving up the nightlife of the bar. But Chen Chang did not change his ways just because marriage arrived. He still followed his friends. Eating and drinking after work was still unchanged. And with no pressure from children and life, although Linger complained, he did not interfere too much with Chen Chang's private life. Linger's thought at that time was to wait until they had children. With the birth of the child, Chen Chang, as a father, would understand how to take care of the family. Shortly after that, Linger became pregnant. During her pregnancy, Chen Chang's care for her increased, and he became more considerate. He, who used to do no housework, now started cleaning for Linger, who was pregnant. Although he didn't change much, still rushing to a friend's call as before, he began to help with housework. In Lin Wei's eyes, this was a good sign. She also believed that the baby's birth would be smooth, changing his thoughts and capturing his heart. After 10 months of pregnancy, Lin Wei successfully gave birth to a baby boy. At that moment, seeing Chen Chang's mouth that couldn't close because of smiling, she also felt a burst of happiness. But this happiness was fleeting. After Lin Wei's postpartum recovery, as she had to focus on taking care of the child at home, Chen Chang began to neglect household chores again. And the reason was simple. Now that Lin Wei was at home taking care of the child, Chen Chang worked outside to earn a living for the family. With roles clearly defined in the family, Chen Chang needed rest after work, and household chores naturally fell back on Lin Wei. For this reason, Lin Wei had argued with him, but later, for the sake of the child, he could only accept it. As the child grew up, originally thinking that her husband would gradually change, Lin Wei, who had put all her focus on the family, started to be disappointed again and again. The most unbearable thing for Lin Wei was when the child was sick, and she called Chen Chang, who was singing and drinking in KTV. Chen Chang said that he couldn't handle such trivial matters. If the child is sick, take him to see a doctor. And it was precisely these cold words that completely woke up Lin Wei. In this marriage, Lin Wei kept changing and sacrificing for the family, but apart from the monthly household expenses, Chen Chang didn't care about other things. Always hoping that Chen Chang could change, Lin Wei, who still loved him in her heart, faced a marriage where she was the only one making efforts and changes, but never saw any change from the other side. Lin Wei felt tired, and in the end, he proposed a divorce. What he regretted was, shouldn't have expected to use marriage to change a man who fundamentally wasn't focused on family. He also regretted that he shouldn't have had a child for him in the first place. Because such an incomplete family ultimately indirectly harmed the child. In many marriages, men think that earning money outside, throwing some money into the family, is a contribution to marriage and family. But it's not the case. Without a man's charity, women can still live well. It's just that they are more concerned about this marriage most of the time, this home. Before marriage, they had the ability to live well, but after marriage, for the sake of this family, they gave up their original lives, striving to conform to this family. The most substantial contribution in marriage is not money, but the labor force silently serving the family. And when a man does not take responsibility for the family, the last thing the couple should consider is having children. Because children represent the crystallization of love, not a bargaining chip to win back a man's heart. When facing a marriage that will never grow up, let go when it's time to let go. Never use children as bargaining chips, because doing so will ultimately hurt not only yourself, but also involve innocent children. Today's sharing ends here. Thanks to the members for continuously supporting us. Feel free to leave a comment telling me your feelings. Don't forget to like and share with your friends. Till now and keep in touch.